July 2023. Over a year ago, it was announced that Nakon had picked up the MXGP series and KT Racing would be developing a new game. They came to an agreement of developing an MXGP game for the next 5 years. KT Racing would be the studio that would be taking over these responsibilities. Now fast forward to over a year later, and it has been announced that MXGP 2024 will be releasing at the end of this year or later this year. We don't have an exact date, but we know later in the year. In the year's worth of time we've had knowing about MXGP 2024 and knowing it will be coming out later in this year, there's one thing that has been a little bit concerning to me. Not major, but a little bit concerning. And in this video, we're going to go over what that is. And here we go. MXGP 2024 is what we will be talking about today, but this would be MXGP 2021, the newest and most current MXGP game by Milestone. But MXGP 2024 is what we want to go over. So I already said I'm a bit concerned about one thing, and we'll go over it, but right away, it isn't, man, that was bad. It isn't that I don't believe KT Racing won't make a great game. KT Racing, sorry dude, my bad. KT Racing is the studio that is behind the new MXGP series for the next 5 years, and I know you guys have said that, or some of you have said that you've played some of their games and you do believe they can make a good game or get it to a place where it is a good game. So I'm not too worried about it, but I am a bit concerned that the announcement for this game by this studio was in July of last year, and we have gotten virtually no news or nothing about the game, right? That is a bit concerning to me. I mean, Nakon did the Nakon Direct event a while ago. I don't remember when it was, but they did that event and it had studios that they owned and games that would be coming out, you know, hyping you and showing you stuff. And MXGP 2024 was there, but it was a short 20-second clip of real life stuff from Matterley Basin. It was really short and really kind of pointless, actually, and I don't even believe that track is on the circuit this year. Or is it? Maybe it is. I'm not sure. I don't really know, but that's it. No, we don't. You know, I would have thought maybe we would have gotten a screenshot of a bike model or rider model, something, but nothing. Some gameplay. I mean, we're basically in September. And it said later in the year or the end of the year. I don't remember, but we're getting closer to that point. I don't believe I can get this triple. I'm sure you can, but it's been quite some time since I played this game. So, yeah, it is a bit concerning. I really thought we might have some gameplay by now. Whoa, that is so weird. Some gameplay by now, but no gameplay. No gameplay, no nothing. And if you think back to MXGP 2 by Milestone, that's kind of what I was hoping this game would be. Where, not necessarily the way that game was, but the way they went about it. So, Milestone developed MXGP 2. Then some early gameplay got pushed out there. I don't know if it was on purpose or what, but there was some very early gameplay of MXGP 2, and it did not look good. MXGP 1 was a decent game, and 2, it just didn't look good. It just didn't look good. And I remember when the game finally came out, it was completely different. Much better. Much, much better from what we saw early. So they did take the time to develop it and improve it. So I know Milestone kind of got away from doing that in some of their games. I mean, they did it. They did it from Supercross 1 to 3. It was different. But I know they kind of got away from it with some games, but I was really hoping to see that, you know, KT Racing show some gameplay, or at least a screenshot, something. And then kind of see what people's reaction was to what they've done and where they're at. And then, try to make an adjustment. I really wanted to round that berm out, but I haven't played this game in forever and we're really struggling. But to kind of get people's feedback and see what they think about your game. And it just hasn't happened. I mean, September, October, I was thinking maybe November is when this would come out. We've seen that with MXGP from Milestone, but I don't know. I really don't know. Now, again, it doesn't mean the game won't be good. It doesn't mean I don't have faith in KT Racing. Again, I know some of you guys have said that they've done quite good, and I believe don't they make the, what's that game called? The TT Isle of Man or whatever? I don't know. I believe it's that game. I know some of you guys have said they've done some good stuff, and you have faith that they can do good, and even if it isn't there now, maybe it can get there eventually, but that's why I was thinking, September, good time. Actually, I was thinking this summer would have been a good time to make a better announcement and show what you've got done so far with the game, but it just didn't happen. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are you concerned about it? Are you not worried about it? Do you have complete faith that it will be a great game? Or even if it isn't great the first year, maybe by the second year, third year, it could be really good. What kind of features is it going to have? I would be surprised to see a track editor. Milestone was doing that, but they had already developed that with Supercross. So, yeah, I don't know. And another thing I want to end with is I know some people might say that you could delay it, and you very well could, but it's MXGP 2024, and the way Milestone was doing it, they were doing it in the current year. I know they weren't doing it with Supercross, but with MXGP, they were. So I would assume it has to come out this year, otherwise it's going to be weird. And you would assume that they probably had a contract stating whatever or whenever it had to come out. So I would assume it needs to come out this year. And maybe they just don't. What was the development like with KT Racing on some of their other stuff? Were they pretty, did they share a bunch of the development and screenshots and gameplay and videos and stuff? Or were they pretty, not say much? I don't really know the studio too well, so really curious to see what happens. I still have faith. It could be good. I'm really excited to get a new developer on the MXGP game. I mean, Milestone did it for a long time. I mean, it was like 7-8 years. It was a long time. So to get a fresh take on it will be really nice. So yeah, if I forget anything, I'll try to add it in the video somewhere or as text somewhere. I've been watching the MXGP highlight videos, and whoa, Hurlings is a monster, right? Total monster. He is so good. So in conclusion, if we do a wrap up, we talked about probably no reason to sound the alarm or whatever. I just kind of wanted to do this because this is a big game. This is a big deal. We haven't had, Milestone has had a hold of MXGP for like 7-8 years. So new developer going in to try and make a new MXGP game is huge news in a genre as small as motocross like this, right? So yeah, probably missed some other stuff, but that's the bulk of what I wanted to say. And whatever, I'm assuming it probably will be a for sure $50, maybe $60 game. I don't know if there will actually be DLC. Does KT Racing do DLC? Is that something they usually do, or they just push out the game and aside from maybe some updates and whatnot, that's it? That's also a question I'd be really curious to see if you made it to this point in the video, because we're probably at the end. I already did an ending once, but here we go with the second one. I just have a lot of questions, and I'm really curious, and I'm, again, not too familiar with KT Racing. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.